Trubor nakaslem jong unong san Hima.
Unang ilam kaliang persya, Dr. Mukul Sangma, henekesngi ke arterik urampang arhajar arpoi, habakren cekinong tok kubor, haying sa jong ulaong, baka mang tengka jong Sorkar Pdeng, kamduan kabhak kerpang, na ka Bynta kathan Shatei la Mihngi hi berok away. Kipad ba ikalay kunduk bun gijing ke Sorkar, kadai ban Phai Khmat, ban shim kia. Kenang baki Jylla, Shatei la Mihngi, kinya rengkat kerdan, bat kiwei pat ki Jylla, kibadon hapok kari India.
The one important thing is what is specific to the region and the focus which was required to be Northeast specific is missing. Now, what are those challenges which are something considered as inherent to the Northeast? And why Northeast should be taken differently, and therefore even in respect of the investment pertaining to this region should be considered from what is relevant and what is considered as something which can enable the region to keep pace with the rest of the country in respect of the developmental indices, whether it is in social sector or in the front of educational sector, even the infrastructural sector. Now, obviously, number of programs which have been embarked upon by the preceding government and subsequently carried forward by the earlier NDA government, there are a need for new initiatives. And besides new initiatives, to aggressively pursue those agendas which were in the pipeline, which were an offshoot of a long-drawn due diligence, understanding the strength and potentialities of the region and the challenges of the region. But somehow or other, they are not seen to be something which is found specific to this region, or in other words, the investment specific to Northeastern region, except few which are continuation of the programs. And another part is, interestingly, if you're looking at the ambitious spending proposal without looking at the resources. So the government will end up borrowing and increase the debt burden. Look at the fiscal deficit vis-a-vis the GDP. It's close to 10%. That's quite alarming. So what is going to happen is that the resources which will be mopped up will be out of the proposed disinvestment. That means selling of government assets. So to sell the government assets, the monetization of the assets are part of the exercise. And this whole exercise of disinvesting the assets belonging to government undertakings will have to be keenly watched. Which are those vulnerable sectors, which if transferred from government to private sector, what is the ramification in the long run? Those are a few issues which have to be keenly watched by the people of the country, by all of us. I would have been happy if there would have been a specific allocation to deal with the problem which is perpetual in nature, which revolves around mighty Brahmaputra. Okay, mighty Brahmaputra and the havoc created by this and its tributaries. We, as a state also, is part of this Brahmaputra basin. So how this Brahmaputra could be an instrument for prosperity while addressing the usual havoc that's created by this Brahmaputra. That is something which has been one of the agenda which we have been pursuing as states of the Northeast. And more so in view of the fact that what Bangladesh is doing with the water resources, I think as a nation, we are far, far behind. And that is not something which is expected from the fact that we should be actually leading by example how to really harness the benefit of our water resources. And that is where I feel the focus should be in as far as Northeast is concerned. Plus, no specific indication to further carry forward the Look East policy, which they re-nomenclature as Act East policy. So Act is also missing, policy is also missing.
What about donor and NEC?
Yeah,
That's why they are specific to Northeast. Now, how the dilution of the whole responsibilities and powers mandated to these institutions, crucial for overall development of the Northeast, how it has been slowly reduced to redundancy. I was happy when the Honorable Prime Minister himself decided to come and address the NEC after a long gap. I think the hype was created, the expectations were generated, but then that did not actually somehow show any fruition. There is hardly any initiative after that. So it's sad for people who are associated with the whole process of development that has taken place in the preceding decades in as far as Northeast is concerned.